Hi, I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris. Together we're the Gen X couple.
Hey guys, take two, my fault.
Hello,
I got it over
everyone.
with right from the beginning. Totally my fault. Anyway, today we are going to tell you about a mystery in our home state, and of course I'm talking about the great state of Massachusetts.
That's right. We're going to uncover one of New England's strangest historical mysteries, the Dighton Rock.
Right. So imagine this. You're cruising down the Taunton River, just minding your own business, when suddenly you spot a massive boulder covered in strange symbols, like an ancient graffiti-covered billboard. What do? If you're a curious historian, or maybe an amateur archaeologist, or even just a lover of weird history, you probably just stop and stare for a long, long time. And trust me, people have been staring at the Dighton Rock for centuries, trying to figure out who left all these mysterious carvings and why. Was it the Vikings, the Native Americans, the Portuguese, or maybe it was aliens?
Or the Knights Templar.
No, it wasn't them.
Today we're breaking down all the theories, the history, and the sheer weirdness surrounding this rock. So let's get into it.
All right, so let's start at the beginning. The very first recorded mention of the Dighton Rock comes from who else? A reverend. Because if there's one thing we know about early American settlers, it's that they loved writing things down. The rock, which is a 40-ton boulder covered in cryptic petroglyphs, was first officially documented in 1680 by Reverend John Danforth. He made sketches of the carvings and tried to interpret them, but honestly, his best guess was as good as anyone's. His drawings, though, would go on to inspire centuries of speculation.
So fast forward to the 1700s, and the rock is becoming a real topic of debate. Intellectuals like Ezra Stiles, the president of Yale College, took its stab at figuring out who carved these markings. Meanwhile, over in Portugal, some folks became convinced the rock proved that Portuguese explorers were the first Europeans to set foot in America, beating Columbus by a long shot. We'll get to that theory in a bit, but first, let's talk about what this thing actually looks like.
What are we dealing with here? Okay, so the rock is about 5 feet high, about 9.5 feet wide, and it's covered in deeply etched markings. But here's where it gets weird. These aren't just random scratches. They're human figures, geometric shapes, arrows, and even what some believe to be letters or numbers.
Over the centuries, different people have seen different things in these carvings. Some say they resemble ruins, others...
Runes, R-U-N-E-S, runes.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
Others swear they look like ancient indigenous symbols.
Indigenous? Why?
And because we can't...
Why? I should have just said that myself.
I know. Why do you give me the hard words?
It's not that hard.
And because we can't have a good mystery without a little alien involvement, some claim the markings are out of this world.
Okay, so in case you missed any of that, the symbols, some of them people claim resemble runes, and some swear that they look like ancient indigenous symbols. Okay, now that we've cleared that up, let's start with the most logical theory. The Native Americans. After all, they were here long before any Europeans showed up, and we know that they carved petroglyphs elsewhere in North America. The local Wampanoag people who lived along the Taunton River at that time could very well have been responsible for the markings. Some historians believe that the carvings could represent tribal history, storytelling, or even spiritual messages. Similar rock carvings have been found in other parts of New England and Canada, linking them to indigenous traditions. But here's the thing. While some Wampanoag elders have recognized the markings as Native American, no definitive translation has ever been agreed upon. So while this theory makes the most sense, the mystery still remains unsolved.
Next up, we have the Vikings. That's right. Leif Erikson and his Norsemen might have left their mark on Massachusetts centuries before Columbus even knew how to spell ocean.
Did he know how to spell ocean? Because I don't think he spoke English.
I don't think so.
Anyway, some researchers believe that the carvings bear a resemblance to ancient Norse runes. The theory goes that Viking explorers who we know reached as far as Newfoundland in the year 1000 could have made it down the coast to New England. I doubt it, though.
Of course, there's no hard proof of this, but that hasn't stopped die-hard Viking fans from championing the idea. Plus, it's way cooler to imagine a bunch of bearded, axe-wielding explorers carving cryptic messages into a rock than to think it was just, well, regular old history.
Now, here's where things take a turn into historical intrigue. In the 1800s, a Portuguese scholar named Manuel Luciano da Silva became convinced that the carvings were the work of Portuguese explorers, specifically Miguel Corte Real, who was a navigator who disappeared in the early 1500s.
According to this theory, Corte really landed in New England, left a message on the rock, and then who knows, maybe he was captured, maybe he assimilated into a local indigenous tribe.
Close enough.
Or maybe he was really bad at finding his way home.
The big selling point of this theory, some believe that they can make out the name Corte Real in the carvings. The problem is that might just be a case of seeing what you want to see. Ever stare at a cloud and convince yourself that it looks like a bunny? So it would be the same sort of thing.
Okay. So this is the part of the show where we get a little bit wild. But hey, it wouldn't be a proper mystery without at least considering extraterrestrial angle.
Close enough again. Some UFO enthusiasts claim that the carvings don't resemble anything known to early human civilization, suggesting that they could be some kind of ancient alien messages. Were the carvings left by intergalactic visitors trying to communicate with Earthlings, or did an alien ship make a pit stop in Massachusetts to refuel and, in their boredom, just start doodling on a rock? Because, let's be honest, that sounds like something we do.
So where is this mysterious rock today? Well, in the 1960s, it was moved from the Taunton River to the Dighton Rock State Park in Berkeley, Massachusetts. You can visit it in a small museum dedicated to its history and all the bizarre theories surrounding it.
Yeah, Chris and I have actually been there, and I definitely will post the pictures on our Instagram. It's really cool to see in person. I don't think the museum is open all the time, though. I think on the website it says you have to make an appointment, like if you were to look at like the DCR website, but I think it's open in the summer, maybe on weekends, because we found it open by accident, actually.
Yeah, and it was free too, right?
Yeah, it's free. Yeah. And it is right along the Taunton River. Actually, is it in Dighton or is it in Freetown, the actual museum?
I think it's in Berkeley.
Is it in Berkeley? I don't know. All those towns blend into one for me. It's all like the southernmost tip of the Bridgewater Triangle. And if you don't know what the Bridgewater Triangle is, go back to last year's episodes because we did a whole episode on it. All kinds of spooky, haunted stuff happens around that area. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Is Dighton Rock an indigenous artifact, a Viking relic, a Portuguese message, or maybe a cosmic post-it note from another galaxy? The truth is, we may never know. But one thing is for sure, this rock has kept people guessing for centuries, and it doesn't look like we're any closer to cracking the code.
And if you got your own theory, we'd love to hear it. Drop us a message on social media or leave a comment. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share it with a fellow mystery lover.
Yes, thanks for tuning in today, you guys. If you have a mystery you would like us to cover, just send us an email. You know where to find us. Until next time, and this is especially for all the kids out there, question everything.
And see you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.